Hey, greetings and salutations to the bloodline. Greetings and salutations to the bloodline. I was not really intending to go live, but there's been a lot going on in the realm right now, and I figured we could all use a little guidance for a minute. I've been offline for quite some time. Uh, it's important that as teachers, we still realize that we're students, and I have to live what I'm teaching. So anybody that knows me, this is Selena Ellis. How y'all doing? I have been in my tent since the summer. This is the first whole winter I've done in my tent. So, wow. The Department of Education has fallen. The Department of Justice has fallen. And I have been biding my time as a homeschooler because, uh, like I said, as a matriarch, I am not able and do not wish to compete with colonial education because colonial education, the education that we have received from the occupying United States government, just prove what it can and can't do. The education Black America has received over the last century from the occupying colonizers called the United States on our lands just proved what it can and cannot do. And it can't do shit for us. It can make us doctors. It can make us judges. It can make us lawyers. But those are all fields that we know are corrupt in which we suffer. We suffer in the medical system. We suffer in the judiciary system. You see what I'm saying? We suffer. So you becoming lawyers and judges in those fields in which we suffer means nothing. Why? Because you still can't protect us because even you work for the courts now. That means you're a court officer. And there is policies, laws already in place to enslave us. So y'all becoming judges and police officers and lawyers, y'all ain't helping us unless y'all can get the biased policies that have already put into place to enslave our people out of that place. Otherwise, y'all just house niggas in line doing what the white people did to feed your family. So, like I said, the Department of Education has fallen. Department of Justice has fallen, and we all know the Department of Education has failed Celestial, aka Black people, a century ago. It has never improved our our life on our own lands has not improved. So that's what this live is about. As always, like, subscribe, and share if you like the content that you are about to receive. My name is Selena Ellis. The name of my school is Universal Mind School of Evolution. I am an indigenous teacher. I am not here to teach colonial education. I am not here to teach occupier education. We teach indigenous education only. That's agriculture, herbalism, skills, sewing, building your own homes, growing your own food, creating your own clothes, indigenous lifestyle, not indigenous. Also, indigenous is a dangerous word. I just learned that. Indigenous means indigent. And as long as I'm on this realm, I'm wealthy. I might not have a home as per se colonizers should, what they consider to be house or home, but I am home. I just don't have a shelter. So, what are our next steps now that the Department of Education has fallen? And the one question I've been saying for the longest time is, what is education? They just got rid of affirmative action. They just got rid of affirmative action. So if they just got rid of affirmative action, guess what else is now in danger? Title VI, regulations and statutes. Okay. The overview of Title VI. Title 642 United States Code 2000 DEQ was enacted as part of a landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964. It prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs, activities receiving federal financial assistance. As President John F. Kennedy said in 1963, simple justice requires that public funds to which all taxpayers of all races and national origins contribute not be spent in any fashion which encourages, entrenches, subsidizes, or results in racial, color, or national origin or discrimination. So, this is why I say when they got rid of affirmative action, they really got rid of Title VI. Y'all got rid of Title VI. Affirmative action was to ensure that Title VI would be used accurately and efficiently. Title VI wasn't being used efficiently in regards to our people. There was no money coming into our communities. You would say, we're going to put this much aside for schools at the beginning of the year when it's time to, you know, get these funding in place for the states. So the federal cuts out the funding for the states, the states send this to the counties and to the cities. Now, under Title VI, everybody was entitled to that money. Why? Because everybody paid taxes, including my people, on clothes, on food, on land, on education, on entertainment. Whatever we do, we still pay taxes. Yet, there was a cutting of the money in a way that said because we are poor, we get less of the money. But most of our money was still given to the mayonnaise crew. So this is why affirmative action was put in place with its biased people and policies was not being fair to our people under Title VI who do that we do pay taxes. We pay mortgages. We pay rent. Anything we buy, even if it's a gum, has a tax on it. You see, even at the dollar store. But they're telling us we deserve less of those tax dollars because they pay us less. They take more of our tax dollars out of our own checks. So when they took away affirmative action, actually nobody, no school, no company, no medical institution is no longer has the right to the tax money of Title VI. See, this is why you can't play with me because I do research. Once they ended once they ended affirmative action, all funds from Title VI towards school, where our people are concerned, should stop. Because I know I am not getting fair treatment when it comes to entering higher educations of colleges and universities. I know I'm not getting fair treatment when it comes to sending my children to public schools because of the failed physical infrastructure, the failed curriculum, the infrastructure, the failed school boards. So under Title VI, we had a right to all of these, but the government never delivered, which a Reform Act, this is the Reform Act, affirmative action was put into place because they would not respect Title VI when it came to our people. See, it ain't no such thing as reform. Because what did they do? Did affirmative action even really work for us? No, it did not. Who did it work for? White women and immigrants. So let this fall. Let them play into their own hands. Because without affirmative action, we don't get any money. And they're going to continue to take our tax dollars. Black America, you got to wake up. You got to educate yourself. Go into their laws, into their policies, and see what they're really saying and doing to us. Because once they got rid of affirmative action, we don't owe them anything. Because now, Title VI, they can no longer get our tax dollars for schools or anything because we aren't allowed in the schools anymore. That's what I'm talking about. Are my people paying attention? So right now, the Department of Education has fallen. Why now? Because it was supposed to. Next steps. How do we secure the future generations? And how do we secure ourselves? Because we are not secure as adults. And if we are not secure as the adults who are supposed to usher in the next generation, how can we secure them if we can't secure ourselves? So that's our next thing. We as a people have to mutually agree what is the education that will take our people successfully, abundantly, and blissfully into the next stage of evolution within the crumbling of the infrastructure of the United States. So I'm going to speak on all the things that's wrong, but I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible. Okay, we're going to speak on colonized education, the rigorous strict structure, the failed financial infrastructure. They've never given our schools any money so that we can compete. We've always received a different curriculum from our counterparts. There is proof in this because we always work for them. They do not work for us. That's how you know we receive two different curriculums. The unsafe physical infrastructure of the schools, the literally bringing in police officers to arrest children who aren't even their size. This country is fucking sick. The videos I have seen of adult police officers, whether they be black, whether they be Caucasian, uh, African American, or whatever, that you're willing to arrest a child and put it on film. You are freaking sick. You're mentally disturbed. And any parent who continues to send their sick children to these places Woe to you. So this is where we're going to get in with the Bible study because this is pissing me off with these people. Hmm. Yeah, these people are really sick. They're sending their kids to these schools. Um, they're giving these kids to these entertainment industry. So I'm trying to look up Molech. Leviticus 20. So if you don't understand that Molech is a part of this system, Molech is built into the system, and he is the reaper that that's why we're saying these Jesus figures are reapers. So Molech. And this is why the Department of Education needs to fall because it is Molech. We have children. We have people that look like me. They send their children to all white schools to be horribly and mentally, physically abused by these people, to be by the children of these colonizers and occupiers. Where children like me kill themselves, hang themselves to get away from it because their parents won't take them out of these schools. And I'm not laughing at that. That's sad. That life was so precious. What could have been, but I don't do shoulda, coulda, woulda. I do what is. And any parent that looks like me, you have your child surrounded by Miracle Whip or mayonnaise every day. Okay, Molech. Because the schools are Molech. Prostituting your children to Molech, chapter 20, verse 2 through 5. To say to the Israelites, any Israelite or alien to Molech must be put to death. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but when Aaliyah parents handed her over to R. Kelly, should they have been put to death? You see what I'm saying? There are things happening within this realm right in front of our face that nobody wants to speak on. Big brothers that would molest their little children, their sisters, should they be put to death? Hell fucking yeah. Molech is built into the foundation of this system because the people that came over here are, this is built into them. Okay. So any Israelite or any alien living in Israel who gives any of his children to Molech must be put to death. The people set my face against that man, and I will cut him off from his people. For by giving his children to Molech, he has defiled my sanctuary and profaned my name. If the people of the community close their eyes when that man gives one of his children to Molech and they fail to put him to death, I will set my face against that man and his family and will cut off from their people themselves to Molech. So Molech is the reaper of children. These people go after children. They go after your children. They give them drugs. Anybody who gives your underage child drugs is Molech. Anybody who not fully developed, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I've had 5 children, and I would not I would have been fully developed at 25 So anybody that sleeps with a woman before she's 20, you're a child molester. You're a child molester. Okay. So when we talk about Molech, we're talking about the music industry, sexism, pedophilia, drugs, prostitution, and heavy coercion. Heavy coercion. When we talk about Molech, we're talking about colleges, universities. What happens in these colleges and universities? The young men and women who might have originally been non religious or may have been brought up in a religious family, such as Islam, Christianity, Jehovah Witnesses, whatever. Once you go to the higher institutions, Molech is there waiting for them. He's going to open his doors of his sororities and fraternities, and they're going to pledge to those Greek gods and do all type of nasty shit. This is where you send your children to because you don't believe we have the power to really educate our own. Now, sports. I'm going to back this up. Matter of fact, let's get into some, because I want to share my screen. Hmm. So, when we talk about Molech in the music industry, there are certain people who they flat out here. Mhm. Yeah, they flat out here. So this man married a girl at 13, 14 years old. Molech. Let's go to another one. Okay. Let's go to another one. See, they out here, and I'm not gonna let y'all play in my face like I don't know what's going on. Molech. Okay. This is what we mean when we say Molech. These people giving these children over to Molech. And when you see people selling their children for wealth or for fame, you're supposed to kill them. Okay. So the sports industry. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be sports and colleges. Okay, let's see if we can get this one up. This Molek. See, now this covers sports and education. Yep, this covers sports and education. When I say Molek is in the schools, in the entertainment industry, I meant that. I mean that with all my heart. So we're about to go to this guy. This is Larry Nassar. He is an American serial rapist who raped hundreds of Michigan College here, right here in Michigan. And he was the doctor for the United States women's national team from 1996 to 2024. So from 1996 to 2024, this man had the ability to molest women. Just to have at them, young women, young girls. This man, hundreds of young athletes, hundreds. He assaulted at least 205 women and girls under the guise of medical treatment. His victims include numerous Olympic, United States women, gymnast teams, and stars. Okay, so I'm not sure if he was at the University of Michigan or if he was, yeah, or Michigan State University. So it's in y'all face. We tired of y'all acting like uh, y'all don't know this is going on. So that was me proving that Moloch is not only in the schools, he's in the sports industry also. He's molesting the future athletes. And we all know doctors, especially gynecological doctors, molest the women sexually. Um, oh yeah. Let's go back because I want to go deep into this. Um, so we as a people have to agree what is beneficial and what is education. Because right now, the black man still has the mic in his hand and he's still touting steam, stream, anything he done picked up from his white zaddy. So I've talked about how the infrastructure has failed our people. Um, we know that their schools are the pipeline to prison. Um, they use their curriculum as a constant scientific disguise. They use state testing, placement testing. Is really scientific testing on our people because they're trying to see how dumb they can get us down. And lo and behold, boy, we get low. Especially if we keep our children in their schools. So yeah. So the pipeline of prison. I'm going to go say this one more time. Let me see if I can find a picture of a school. Because I want to make this clear to especially indigenous parents. young boys specifically, because this is where they get the young. Now, look at the size of this school. I want a realistic. I'll just do this picture real quick. Hold on. Okay, let's just do this real quick. I want to share because this is important for parents to see how they start the prisoner pipeline. Yeah. So in this, you see the school is a playground. The playground is always 1/10 the size of the population of the students of the school. 1/10. So a teacher herds your herds your student out into the yard with the rest of the kids. Now, this playground set can only accommodate 20 children at a time at the most. That means swings being used, the slides, pulleys, the walk, whatever. 20 comfortably. But it's three classes out there using this one set. What do you think is going to fucking happen when people don't feel like they're getting their time? What do kids do when they know they're not going to get their turn before they got to go in their building? They start fighting. They start pushing and shoving. And now your child gets his first suspension or reprimand because you allowed them to be part of an experiment where they attending a school where there's not enough facility for them to play equally and fairly. So now you're a young man or young woman um, who hasn't had their turn, who hasn't had their turn on this thing. You see what I'm saying? They start fighting now. It's going to start fighting. So that once they are get in trouble for fighting because they're being experimented on in a physical sense, we know that our children need to run, play, but you see how they offer them something colorful and then they give them not even enough for them to share properly. And from that experiment alone, your child, your son or daughter, is going to have a record. This is how they build their record. Their first criminal act is recorded in their school records because they don't become criminals until they go to. And I know that's kind of mind boggling, but your child's first criminal act is recorded in the record because the first time they're going to be labeled as criminals is in school as either bullies, as just being disruptive. So your child's first criminal act is going to be considered their school record. So your school records keep hold of your child's criminal acts, which is going to be considered bullying, fighting, uh, saying no to anybody, saying no to any adult authority, even if the adult authority is wrong. You see, so there is never a record, a criminal record of your child existing until you send them to school. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this video now, because my doors are open. The Universal Mind School of Evolution doors are open, but I will be vetting. If you watch TV, you're not gonna make it in my school. Most parents that have come to me over the years that watch TV, they don't make it in my school. If you cannot attend school with your child at my school, y'all can't come. I teach the family. I have to teach the family because when I teach just the child and then the child go home with this phenomenal work, the parent be looking like, and the child be like, I need help. So yeah, your child's first criminal act is always in his school record. What else are we going to talk about? The corruption of the language, how they changed Latin to English, English to legalese. You'll be learning that when you come to my school also. So, no, incorporate oh, Fair Use Act for dissemination for the purpose of education and theoretical communications. Um, what else? The courts never came out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy. How can an entity that's in bankruptcy continue to do business? Because it's not a courthouse, it's an auction house. It's there to auction off slaves. They auction off black people. Y'all gonna get a clue. So the courthouse is an auction house there meant to enslave our people. I just gave up a whole ton of information. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and share. Donate to the Cash App. Selima Ellis. Peace and love. Let's keep going. So we want to secure biblical fact with current events. Whether it be food, I told y'all. Food. We the organ. Organ food is Genesis 1. Uh, organic food is Genesis 2. Edu- uh, uh, Entertainment disguises education. Housing. Okay, housing. Matthew 8. Matthew 4, 8. Thank you. Housing. Let's see. So we're going to discuss the housing on the ground. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 4, 8, 9. 681, 681. So, I had a few people that was kind of upset with me because I said that everything in this realm was Satan's. It all belonged to Satan. He run all of this. And that includes the houses. Every house that we occupy is Satan. Okay? So when we go to Matthew chapter 4, 8 through 9, again the devil took him, Jesus, to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. All this I will give you, he said, if you will bow down and worship me. So what I find that black people have a problem with is that when they think of Satan, they just think of like white people, We don't understand it's the whole system. Every house, every school, every government organization is Satan's on this realm. And that's what I was saying in my last live. Black people should stop buying the houses because by 2020, by 2040, the World Health Organization, the WHO, is going to say all United States houses built before 1975 are carcinogenic. Why? There have been more explosions in the houses due to the gas lines. Now, DTE cutting these tree lamps, but you ain't went in no house to fix these gas lines that's got these people houses jacked up. They gonna charge you for that. What else? The cooking gas is carcinogenic. The World Health is going to declare all stoves within the house carcinogenic. All refrigerators that are run on Freon for freezers are carcinogenic. Go to the World Health Organization. It is on their page, United Nations. The insulation that they use in the houses, the Pink Panther stuff, carcinogenic. They've been supposed to stop selling that. So Satan's whatever is built in Satan's realm will always fall. So don't be mad because you can't get one of these houses. You're not supposed to be in these houses. See, that's the thing about the omelet. We're not supposed to look like these people. We're not supposed to smell like them. We're not supposed to eat what they eat. We're supposed to be educated beyond them. And we're not because we follow them. They rules and regulations. Yep, so I'm not going to just talk on it. I'm going to show you a little bit of it. Because that was the point of this. Doing this PowerPoint. Okay. Now this is come from AI. The answer I typed in are gas stoves carcinogenic because I don't want to just be up here talk. I want you to see what's right in front of your face. So the answer, yes, the AI gas stoves are carcinogenic and do cause cancer. The, the gas stoves in our homes today we cook with. Gas stoves emit benzene, a chemical that increases the risk of blood cell cancers, including leukemia. A Stanford study found that cooking on a gas stove can raise indoor benzene levels to levels that are higher than secondhand smoke. The benzene can linger in the air for hours. So, we just had the holidays, right? How many women were in their kitchen lovingly cooking Thanksgiving and they were cooking Thanksgiving hours. How many women over the Christmas in there 2 days, 3 days prepping greens, prepping the meat, hours sucking in benzene when your mother or your wife or your daughter who's been in that kitchen for hours tell you she don't feel good or that she need to lay down, she means it. This is why patriarchy is sick. Because patriarchy will never investigate why a woman says she's tired or doesn't feel good. He'll just tell her, that's your job. Get your ass back in that kitchen. Go in that room. Go be with a woman. All the things created to help the mother is killing her in her own home. Bang. So, like I said, the realm is about to be the whole realm of Satan is about to be carcinogenic. That's why he can give it away. If my realm is going to crumble to dust anyway, it makes it easier to give away, don't it? If I'm going to give you nothing anyway, a nothing burger, he offered Jesus a nothing burger. So that's what 4:8 to me is about. Satan offered Jesus a realm that was crumbling. Same thing, like I said, be prepared. In the next few years, all of the United States homes are going to be labeled carcinogenic, from the cooking to the insulation to the refrigeration. Everything that they put in the homes to make it a home for you makes you ill. But I'm being called crazy because I'm living in a tent in the dead of winter. I feel better. I haven't been hospitalized. I haven't had any episodes of atrial fibrillation that comes along with having hypothyroidism and having a goiter. Since I moved out of my house, I have not had one new gray hair. Not one new gray hair. So, to make sure I'm doing what we're supposed to do, I'm going to give you the knowledge. But when you knock at my door, you better be prepared to work. Okay. So yes, this is just me proving about all the things. Like I said, I'm not a concrete content creator. I am an educator. Everything I speak on can be pulled up. Except the soul stuff. The soul stuff is in here. AI cannot give you no answer for that. Okay. But most of the things I talk about when it comes to teaching my people can be looked up with just a little bit of effort, a little bit of Google. So yes, gas stoves are carcinogenic. Let's go to the next one. We finished. Focus. Oh, oh, sorry about that. Let me get to this one. Okay, now this is deep. Now this AI is showing two different answers. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Two different answers, okay? So if you can see me, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So this is one answer. AI overview. No, refrigerators are not known to cause cancer. In fact, using a refrigerator may be associated with decreased risk of stomach cancer because of fresh food. Now, check this out. Let's go down. There is not any link to cancer and refrigerators in the Western Hemisphere. There is, however, links to acrylamide foods being stored in the fridge could be linked to causing cancer. Acrylamide can form naturally from chemical reactions in certain types of starchy foods after cooking at high temperatures. Now, let's go to the nitty gritty that they ain't telling us. I just wanna go through it. 'Cause we love to say what is and what ain't. And so-called stove benzene. Oh, this is wow. So you can go to property list 56. This is California, but you can type in like products. It has listed chemicals, fact sheets, products and places. I'm telling you, we are not uh, giving ourselves credit. So if you look up the coolant that the freezer uses to freeze your food, you will find that it is a carcinogenic item. So not only is the woman who was told that this is her job to cook and clean being forced into a kitchen, she's surrounded by several things that are going to attribute and help towards her illnesses in the future: breast cancer, lung cancer, hmm, the healthcare systems. So we should all be aware of why the healthcare system is dangerous to our people. And this is why I say the Department of Education has fallen. Now, this is the father of gynecology. Okay. And we're talking about how this system has failed our people. Okay. Now, as you know, Mary and J. Sims did all type of stuff to our people, mainly the women and men. Let's not forget the men because it's easier to show the women being victimized by men. But in order for Marion J. Sims to do the experiments that he did on black women, he would have to do the same experiments on black men. He would. These people cannot get pregnant without our reproductive system, not just mine, my counterparts too. That black man got a bad wojo down there. While the rest of the world is talking about the decrease in population, they don't mean us. We not humans. I got 5 kids and 6 grandkids, and one of my children is the same age as my grandchildren. Mine work just fine. Our people do not have a population problem. If our population problem comes like most people of the realm through lack of ability to care for children, we're going to stop. So yeah. So the medical system is about to fall too. There was an article I found, bro, disturbed. It just broke my heart. Oh my goodness. Photos. Let me go into photos because I save a lot of stuff to my photos. Mm, Mhm. So the medical industry, and I want to put that with Revelations. The medical industry is Revelations 12 for our people. Revelations chapter 12, verse 13. When the dragon saw that he had been hurled to the earth, he pursued the woman who had given birth to the child. The woman was given two wings of a great eagle so that she might fly to a place prepared for her in the desert, where she would be taken for for a time and a time and a half out of the reach of the serpent. Then from his mouth the serpent spewed water like a river to overtake the woman and sweep her away with the torrent. But the earth, see, this is my realm. The earth helps, not no God. The beings I am merged with here. You are already merged, but they took you out of your merge and said, pray to that God, and that God can help you when you need. But the earth helped the woman by opening its mouth and swallowing the river that the dragon had spewed out of its mouth. Okay, so and Marion J. Sims and his ilk and the health system that comes from it got to go. Mm-mm. So, and this is what I mean when I say we have to really, and the reason why I'm going this way instead of just talking about straight education is because we don't understand that everything that is in a book comes from the Bible. Okay, so this is why I do Bible study. Mm, I like studying this way. Okay, you see it. You see it for yourself. So yes, this is the medical industry and our women. This is also has to fall in the medical industry. This is why we become herbalists and we start taking care of ourselves. So let me go to this one. Is that one out? So let's go back here. Let me share my screen because I want y'all to really understand when I'm going into this stuff. This is not for fun. It is for educational purposes. Okay, yes. Not only do you have benzene, which is a known carcinogenic, you have nitrogen dioxide, a respiratory irritant that can worsen asthma attacks. So if your wife or daughter be cooking in the kitchen and she tells you she doesn't feel good, she doesn't feel like cooking because this causes her asthma attacks. But you're telling her You the woman, you got to get in the kitchen. That's your job. See, the logic of this realm about to fall apart with facts. So, a respiratory irritant that can worsen asthma attacks and has been linked to decreased lung development in children. A 2024 study estimates that gas and propane stoves may be responsible for as many 200,000 childhood asthma cases. Satan could easily offer this round to Jesus because he knew everything that he was built was going to crumble and fall. And the effects, the results are the illnesses we as the Amalek are enduring and going through from being in proximity with his people and being in proximity with his children. So that's healthcare system. I do want to pull up some things that are going to well, actually, I'm not. Those of you that have followed me and you saw me do the thing last year with y'all seen me in the house, I've already broke down. Y'all know the healthcare system don't like us. Google it yourself. But what I did was to make it clear that when I said that the houses were carcinogenic, I meant that, and I wanted to bring receipts. I needed to show you articles from the World Health Organization and from our own news departments here in our country. Yes, they do lie a lot, but actually, right now, they're telling you the truth. And any of us that live in Detroit, we have to go through the land bank, see the condition of these houses. Now, the land bank wants you to buy these houses and have them up and ready in so much time when they know they're selling you a dead carcass. The Detroit Land Bank is a corrupt entity that is further using its source to bankrupt and leave our people indigent. So be careful of the Detroit Land Bank. Uh, my hair is just everywhere. Excuse me. Okay, so we talked about the houses. What's next? I talked about the courts. The courts are nothing. It's not a court. There's no such thing as court. It's an auction house that's bankrupt. There's no such thing as a police officer. There's no such thing as a police officer. They are enslavers. They enslave us and run us through the auction houses. And that's why I said stop talking this political talk. They want you to use these political terms to hide who and what it is. It is the beast. It is its system. There is no such thing as police. These people, if they approach you and you have not committed a crime, you are doing no harm to the realm. They are there to enslave you, period. Period. Ain't no such thing as a police officer. They are enslavers. Understand? There's no such thing as a courthouse. It is an auction house. Courts do not exist except by the will that which you give them the power because they speak legalese in these courthouses. You do not speak a legalese, which is why everything you say and do turns into legalese in the courthouse and can be used against you because you don't understand. You only really understand and speak what? Latin. Go to your Webster's dictionary. I'm about to cut this live off because this is going to be like a 3 or 4 part series. Go to your Webster's dictionary. Look up 10 words. I guarantee 7 out of the 10 words have a Latin origin. You speak fucking Latin. English is legalese and these other languages mixed together. That's why anything you say or do can be used in a court of law because you don't understand legalese. You only speak Latin. Okay, so this has been an hour. I love y'all. Like I said, like, subscribe, and share. If you learned anything today, I didn't want this to be too long. Where am I at? An hour. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So I hope you get something out of this. Hit me up on my email address because we're going to go deeper. The Department of Education is gone. I'm loving it. I've broken down who Molech is and why you should not be sending your children to these schools, through the entertainment industry, through the medical industry, whatever. Moloch is in the schools. You saw the articles, you saw everything. Moloch, the Satan realm, is falling. Every house in the United States of America built before 1970 something is going to be labeled carcinogenic. You know how old these houses is in Detroit, and they selling them to people like that. Do you study? So this is part one of this series because this is big. This is so big. We will be getting into conceptual, conceptualizing capacity building. This is the next step we're going to take after we break down the breakdown of this realm. These are the steps we're going to need to take to build our realm, to build ourself, to work on self. Yeah. So we will be reading this document live. When you get a chance, go to Google it, pull it up, do what you got to do, because you know once I get started, I'm going in. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today, getting some of this knowledge. I got other works to do. Yeah, I got other works. It's actually nice today, so I got to get some other stuff done. Peace and love. I love y'all. I know that this was very helpful, enlightening, and it gets deeper. The rabbit hole gets deeper. So I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.